Good evening, everyone. I hope that you all are having a wonderful weekend. I can't wait to see everyone in class tomorrow. This is my response video for EDL 558, Social Justice Topics in Higher Education for Dr. James DeVita. And within this video, I'm going to briefly go over some things that I saw in everyone's video, what I liked, and kind of do my own connections and references. So without further ado, here we go. Just going to dive into it. So again, everyone video, awesome, loved it, was very excited to see a few campaigns and everything. So just in no particular order, just go in. So Mr. Lee, I think me and you pretty much had some of the same ideas, or we read some of the same articles. We basically said that right with when in terms of when you're dealing with white privilege, white privilege should be embraced, should be carefully defined, as well as privilege should be embraced but yet challenged. I did like your ideas of going into doing posters on social media for your white privilege campaign, and that you the idea that you brought to the table was what we kind of do within the program is use have students shadow other organizations outside of their own and kind of get a feel or connection to someone else, and look and see look from the outside, and or walk them out in their shoes, and I really do appreciate that. Ms. Pendergraph, you discussed about racial profiling, and I felt that your experiences, which you had with your friend being racially profiled by the store owner, and basically, it's kind of interesting that you said that some like certain people, certain generations have been, have dealt with this for years now, and that's just their nature of how they act with certain people, certain cultures, certain races, and I find that very true. I know years ago when I was in high school, I was walking down the street, and a police officer, he stopped me because he said I looked suspicious. I was on my way to school, had a book bag in my had my book bag on my shoulders, and I had an instrument in my hand, and he just looked at me. He was like, where are you going? What are you doing? you know, we heard there have been robberies. Look like you fit the description. And I was just looking at him like, no, sir, I'm just, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm on my way to school and everything. And he just kept looking at me up and down to see anything, if I was going to change my story or whatever. And, it's kind of for years that kind of bothered me, because I was like, well, maybe he's just doing his job, or maybe he's just, he's just judging me because based upon my color. So never really thought of it in that way. So that, to me, that's my little connection with racial profiling. Mr. Roberts, your campaign about finding my identity, or loving who you are and the skin that you're in, I had a very great connection of it. I don't know why, I just got excited when I was watching your video, because it's a very idea that guess that needs to be more profound, needs to be more, then a lot of awareness needs to come around it, because a lot of people don't really see themselves as beautiful. And so with your campaign in terms of fashion show, or showing that awareness, it really will open someone's eyes and then showing that they are beautiful, no matter what color you are, no matter what size you are, no matter how you look, you are beautiful. You promoting that positive influence, you're promoting that enthusiasm, that spirit, and I really do appreciate that. I hope you kind of may use that within the future, um, with that idea. Um, excuse me, sorry. With Mr. Johnson, you discussed it. That overall we've been talking about the ism conversation, racism, sexism, and all, and that that people really this pit saying that we live in a post-racial society, and that this is a work in progress, and that with prejudice or privilege, we're trying to accepting the color for what it is. I really do agree with that, because a lot of people don't we kind of with race or with color, we don't talk about it as much because it's sort of like it's done, it's over. We don't, we bypass it, but in reality, it's still there, still in existence. And that brings me to my point of reference. Um, one article, one part of the reading on page 119, you will see is the Emperor's New Clothes. And within that article, it has a new spin upon what race has been looked at, made a connection to race and sex and scandal. And basically, in a nutshell, it says, race can be talked about, but it's rules to be spoken upon within mixed company. Um, I guess, and my sense is you can talk about race among your peers, but not talk about it outside of the group, or talk about it within discreetly. And it just goes beyond what we've been living in, the philosophy of see no evil, fear no evil, and speak no evil. That's what we see from everyone else. That's what we view when about racism. So, and that goes within the Emperor's New Clothes. Everybody, the Emperor walked around thinking he had these brand new clothes, but in reality, he was actually nude, and that's where racism goes with it. We talk about it, but if we don't address it, if we don't, say it head on, then nothing's not going to change, and nothing is just it's just going to continue to go within this cycle. So again, thank you so much for listening to me and my rambling. Sorry. I hope that you all have the rest of the good evenings, and thank you so much.